There's one interesting thing I want us to look at on DSY. If you observe last week, there is no creation of new high or new low on in the DSY. You get, so DSY didn't create a new high. As you can see, this is the previous high, but there is no new high there is no new high formation here, and there is no new low here. So this is quite interesting, because assuming there is a new high, you'll have a strong conviction that okay, this retracement might actually we might see a creation of another high. You get, because when you look at the left hand side, you will see that there's a creation of a new high here, price retrace, and then this high gets there's a break of this high, and then there is another retracement which we get at its demand level, and there is a new high formation at this area, and then price did what? Price break this equal low, and then grab liquidity at this particular area, and when ties to reject. But as price reject, there's no new high here, but this is the high that got broken right here, this particular high right here that got broken, but the main one has not been pushed yet. So what is the next movement in the DSY, if I may ask? So for me, I still believe that we should still see more of US dollar strength going to the next week, and then this is what I'll be looking at for price to probably maybe retest this area, then we'll see price closing above 107.857, and then probably this high will be invalidated, and then we'll see price pushing to 113. And then there is a news I read now that one of our group member posted that Japanese is making some investment in the US dollar. So if that news is genuine, then we should see more of US dollar strength, and then probably maybe on Monday we should see US dollar JPY gap up to the upside. You get, but today US dollar JPY is my watch list though, but not, I don't have much on it, but it's part of my watch list this week. So this is what I'm actually looking at on the DSY, since there is no creation of new low that will invalidate this low, and then we are trapped around this particular area, so which means that, and if you check the old trend is up, so which means that we should still be looking for US dollar strength going to the next week. So any retracement you see here, it's an opportunity for you to look for a bullish sentiment in the DSY. And then if you check the NFP, though there is a mixed result there, which the unemployment rate came out better than expectation, you get, so which reduced drastically, and then the non-farm employment claim it came out disappointing. So that news is a mixed result. But what market focus on Friday is the unemployment rate, you get, so the rate of the unemployment is what market focus on Friday. As you can see, after that result, few minutes after the result, we started seeing US dollar strength coming back to play out, and then coming back to the picture. And another thing I want you to check here is if you see this might actually play out as well, as you can see, but what I'm actually looking for is to break that high. So price might reject at this high because we didn't see any new high formation. So probably if you see retracement and then you are in any of the US or probably maybe GBP the last sale or this thing, if you see the DSI getting back to this particular area, you might be looking for to close your trade, because anything can happen. You can see force that will bring this down, and then we don't know, maybe you might see a break of this low, or probably maybe this low next. But for the first 2 days of next, probably Monday and Tuesday, we should see US dollar strength playing out in the market. But if we now have a break of this level, a break of this resistance level right here, because this area has now is now an area of resistance because we have a previous high there. So if there is a breakout, then we should be looking for US dollar trend for the next couple of weeks. Then we might see US dollar the DSY coming back to 113004. So that's the breakdown of the DSY for me going to the next week, and this whole thing might play out probably in the next couple of weeks. So before we go to the individual currency, let's check the economic activities of next week. As you can see, next week is we have a lot of data next week coming from the CPI and the PPI, that is inflation data report. And you know, CPI is one of the most important news coming out from the US dollar, and then the PPI too. So take note of all this and the quality sales month over month. So you have to take note of this on Thursday and this on Wednesday. So on Monday is a quiet day. Tuesday we have pounds. That is a Bank of England governor speech, and then we have Jerome Powell testify. So any of the speech here can impact the market because, as you can see, this is a high impact news. So on Wednesday, you should be waiting for the core CPI and then core the CPI month over month and the year over year. Wednesday too, after the CPI, we have the Jerome Powell testify too, and then later that day you have the FOMC member speech as well. So early morning on Thursday Nigerian time, we have the inflation expectation, that is from the New Zealand, and GDP report from the Bank of England, that is from the Britain. So after that, we have the CPI from the Swiss franc. So these are the economic activities of next week. So individual pairs. So the first one I want to check here is gold. So last week I told you guys that this is where I want to probably buy gold from, and then we saw it playing out right there. So on Friday I did one analysis, but it took me out before we started seeing price dropping at that area. So here this is a high right here where there is a demand, and then we have some equal high, which I believe that price will come here, break this area, grab some liquidity and sort of. So here this is where I actually put my stop loss. That price will actually start rejecting at this area, but unfortunately we saw that price go ahead hit my stop loss, and then we have price coming back here. So which means that next week, what am I looking for? I'm looking out to sell gold next week. So which means that I will be selling gold below this this level, that's 2,869. So any retracement I see right here, and this is a very good opportunity to sell gold too, because we are seeing creation of another equal high right here. So which means that another good opportunity to actually sell gold should come from this area. Another good opportunity to sell gold should come from this particular area. And then if you are looking at it, we should see price creating kind of take out this liquidity, then we should see price coming back to retrace this area, and then probably if I want to put my take profits, this is where my take profits will be. So which means that I want to sell good, but I'll be waiting for this to clear out, and then we should see price coming back to that downside. So this is where I want to take my sell buyers from, and then my stop loss will be above this high, and then probably we should see price maybe 1:3. Let's go for 1:3, or probably maybe 1:4 if it permits us to do that. So to the downside, but for me, I still believe that we should still see good coming back to 2,809. That is so I'm having a sell setup on good, but if price now probably maybe come back here and they break out this area, it means that good we should wait for a retest and then continue to buy good at that particular area. So that's what I'm actually looking at going to the next week. Go sell setup. The next pair I want to check is GBP US dollar. That is a pounds USD. So last week, if you can see, there's a break of this trend line to the downside, which indicates a sell pressure. And then if you want to look at it at this bar with this perspective, we've seen that price as when it creates a higher, we saw this low. And then if you want to look at where price rejects, it reject at 68. Let's check. It reject at 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. It did not near the 78.6 Fib level. And that tells us that we are in a sell setup. You get, so which means that you can actually wait for retracement if at all any retracement want to happen at this area, because if you check the trend line, there is a break to the downside. But if at all any retracement want to come up at this level, this is where you should be looking for price to retrace to, and then you did what you will sell from there. And if price did not retrace back here, then you should see price retrace back here to this stop line, and then you should be looking for the break of this low first, break of this, and then break of this to the downside. So for me, that is what I'm actually looking at. So Monday, I'll be waiting for price to retrace, and if price don't retrace, I'll be waiting for this to break before making my decision. So if this low break to the downside, then we should see a push from here that will actually definitely go and retest, and then I'll be taking my sell position from this particular area to the downside that will break this this equal. So let's this is what I'm actually expecting in the markets, that is on GBP US dollar going to the next week, as we've seen the break of this trend line, and then probably it's a retest also. So and there's a rejection at this, so we have so many confirmation here. There's also a rejection at 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. So which tells us that if price come down here and there's a push, we should be looking for a opportunity at this area. Probably maybe your stop loss can be above this level, and then we should see a push to the downside. So let's see how it goes there. So the next pair I want to check is Euro US dollar. So when you check Euro US dollar too, you can see that there's a break of structure around this area to the downside, and then if you want to look for a retest, you should be looking for a retest at this level. That's a price should retest at this supply. You get, so for me, probably maybe that's where I'll be looking for my sell setup. So if you check these this channel, you see that that's broken, so that this one too has been broken to the downside. So if you adjust it, let's just adjust it to touch this level. As you can see, it has been broken to the downside. So what you want to take from here is that the downtrend is confirmed. So what you will just want to look for is a retracement back to this supply, and then you want to sell back to this support level, or this particular level right there. So probably we should ride this trend back to this area, but me, this is where my target is still at €1 1 US dollar. So we should look at AUD SND too. So AUD SND, if you check what is really happening here, so this is 15 minutes, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame if you want to do the top down analysis, and you can see that at this resistance level, price there's a fake out around this area, and there's a fake out around this area, price later close back in. And then if you check the 1 hour time frame, you'll see that there's a break of this trend to the downside. So if we want to take this trade, you should wait for this low to get broken, that is this low to break. So if this low break right here, should wait for price to come here, and then took yourself set up from here, and then you have a target at this demand level. Probably you have a target here. So that's what I want to look at here on the AUD USD. So I'll be waiting for this low to invalidate. If this low invalidates, then I'll be waiting for a pullback, which I will take my sell setup from that and that supply level, and then I'll be very careful with it. So this is where I might be taking my sell setup, but I'll first want to wait for this low to get invalidated. So if it gets invalidated, then I'll be waiting to put my sell setup here. Then probably maybe my stop loss might be at this high, and then write this trend down to 0.61843. So if your own bias is buy, please just wait for this to break before you start buying. Wait for this level to break to the upside before you start saying you want to buy. The next pair I want to check is a US dollar Swiss franc. So as you can see, price is up right there, and then we'll see the invalidation of this level. So this looks like a head and shoulder though, but it is not that deep. So you see that it's a breakout of this neckline around this area, a retest and a rejection. So this price move here, it moves back here, and then as you can see, after moving to this area, it still come back to retest that particular area. But there is one more retest I want price to do. That's where I will be taking my entry. So as long as price did not invalidate this high before markets close, so probably we should be waiting for a deep pullback back to this area to buy US dollar Swiss franc to the upside. So for me, I'll be putting my bias at this particular area, maybe probably stop loss below this this low. So my stop loss might be below this low here, and then as you can see, we'll have price. This is a very good risk to reward if price come back here, and then we have a test, and then we have a rejection to the upside. So this is a very good risk to reward ratio. And then if you want to ride back to the upside, it should be like I will advise you to take your profit before this high, as you can see, because if you see this one has been invalidated and the price close above it. So this is 1 hour time frame, so you should know that it's a solid intraday time frame. So you should wait for price to come back here, and then this should be your target, because anything can happen at this area. But if you even want to do 1 ratio 3, this should be your target. If you want to do 1 ratio 3, this should be your target right there. So let's go for GBP. You know, last couple of weeks I told you that we'll see a buy bias here, and then we saw that happen, but price didn't stay long till it got rejected. So we have this rejection at 78.6 fib level. So after it got rejected, we sold GBP from here last week, and then you saw this massive sell to the downside. So what I'm actually looking for here is for price to probably maybe retest this low, this trend line, and then we'll have a bullish setup from here back to clear this high, and then we'll see price clearing this high. But this is a very long-term trade. It's a long-term trade. So if at all there is a rejection at that particular area, you should see price going to the upside and the long-term trade setup. So let's see what market will offer at that particular area. That's where I want to check here on the weekly forex forecast that are in my watch list is Euro Swiss franc. So what we saw last week was a gap in the market. So after the gap occurred, the gap got filled up, and then there is a rejection again. So my next target is, if price keeps rejecting, like if you have price breaking this low right here, then we should see a deep pullback, and then we should see probably maybe ourselves from this area or from this particular area. So what I want to do is wait for this low to invalidate, and then wait for a pullback to sell back to this particular low right there. So this one, you have to be very careful with this trade, because anything can actually happen around this area, but this is a 1 hour time frame, so let's just go to the 4 hour time frame. So like I said, if you check this area, this supply zone, and then it is very strong resistance area where if price push through, you can see that that trend will be invalidated. So if we now see that we are if we now see that we have invalidate this low, price may run back to this area, and then we have a sell setup that will invalidate another low. Yeah, so which means price might keep creating a lower high and probably a lower low, you get, so to the downside. So wait for this, and then let's see what will happen. And another thing is price might actually create a shoulder, so which means that price might not break out this low. We might see an equal low around this area, and price will come back here, hit this supply level, and then sell. So which means our price has automatically create head and shoulder there, and then we invalidate this equal low, and they will start see price and you see price starting to fall. So guys, this is the trade in my watch list going to the next trade. And if you're just joining this channel to the first time, this is Ambafx, and then just you need to keep yourself posted by subscribing to the YouTube channel, turn on the notification in case I drop any video, so that you can be notified, and join our Telegram channel. So